into the record from 91 former senior Justice Department officials, including 52 former United States attorneys. They urge the committee to support Mr. Bovey's nomination. The letter from the U.S. Attorney says, and I'll quote, Mr. Bovey's professionalism, integrity, mettle, and expertise make him an outstanding candidate to serve as a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit. Bovey. And with that, I will turn it over to Senator.
In response to Senator Booker, who was asking you questions, and I'll ask these as well, that complaints were never made ethically, and there'd be a responsibility of an attorney to make those ethical complaints under the judicial code. I just have to say I disagree with that. I mean, I was a defense attorney, worked with many prosecutors, had enormous respect for those prosecutors. So the temperament issue doesn't always get into the question of whether it's an ethical violation, but it does get into the temperament and why that, in my view, is very important, whatever our job is, but particularly about the case information, because the hearing about his client's well-being was to take place soon.
The whole episode is described in that.
Reported or had not, and you wouldn't make it. So, and what the judge found, that errors were so, you offered little in the way of supervision.
And so, as I've said, I reflects that I spoke to the prosecutors at 10 o'clock on Saturday night, at 10 o'clock.
2021, the Southern District's Executive Committee, Southern District, is that correct?
No.
When did you leave the Southern District?
December of 2021.
December of 2021?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's shortly after the 2021 investigation. Have you ever been asked or had to take anger management or behavioral management at the Southern District?
No.
All right. Who won the 2020 election for President of the United States?
President Biden was certified as the winner of that election. So
you give the standard answer. You can't say that he won because he got the majority of votes and also got the Electoral College victory?
I think the characterizations that you just made, Senator, are both political, and so I can't address them under the canons, and they're also tied up in ongoing litigation.
Why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for-profit insurance companies like United next year, if you don't know those things?
Double the rate? How did I do that?
In the healthcare space, something that we've both spoken to is that some of the worst actors are in the for-profit medical space. And one of the worst companies actually is United Healthcare. Secretary Kennedy, are you aware that President Trump's Department of Justice is reportedly investigating United Healthcare for criminal insurance fraud in some of their for-profit health insurance plans, like Medicare Advantage?
I'm not aware of that investigation.
You are not aware that the Trump Department of Justice is investigating the largest insurance company in America that
No, I'm not aware of.
For fraud in Medicare Advantage?
No, I'm not aware of that.
That you have jurisdiction over?
It doesn't surprise me.
Okay. In your submitted testimony, you said HHS takes seriously our role as responsible stewards of taxpayer dollars. Are you aware that for-profit insurance corporations like United Healthcare have been found to be defrauding public dollars of more than $80 billion a year?
I'm not aware of that number, but
You're
I'm
not
aware
aware
that
of
there's
that?
fraud across the for-profit sector.
Respectfully, Secretary Kennedy, if we're making decisions around waste, fraud, and abuse, this is the largest source of waste, fraud, and abuse of public dollars in the public insurance space.
You say $80 million?
$80 billion a year.
80, did you say 80 million or 80 billion?
80 with a B, billion.
With a B,
Yeah. If that's the case, why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for-profit insurance companies like United next year, if you don't know those things?
Double the rate? How did I do that?
So your agency nearly doubled the taxpayer dollars that for-profit insurance corporations like United will be paid next year, meaning these companies, the largest of whom is under investigation, criminal investigation by the Trump administration, will be receiving an additional $25 billion from your agency.
How is that happening?
I would be happy to submit to the congressional record evidence of this. I will enter the CMS press release from April 7th of 2025 into the record, which states that Medicare Advantage corporations will now receive a 5.06% increase in payments next year under your jurisdiction. Why did you nearly double the rate that taxpayer dollars give for
need to play to get the job done, right? Now this again is particularly important when you're talking about playing in a combo, right, with a whole band. Now this works perfectly too if you're just jamming with just one person too, you know, again, because these two notes, they cover all the ground that we need. So what are these two notes? These two notes happen to be the flat 7 and the third, the major third. If we're talking about an A chord, right? You don't have to know exactly how I come to that conclusion on what those scale degrees are. Just know that the two notes we're talking about, right, over the chord are the flat 7 and the major third, right? So, we've got that covered for the one chord, right? So if we were to do something like, just playing those notes, just like that. You know, you can imagine
Oops. Sorry, Speds. Did I ruin your...
Hey, give it back!
You're practicing for the SATs? Is this a joke? You're in the slow class. SATs are for those of us who actually can get into college.
What is going on?
Oh, hi, sir. Jackie boy here had a little accident. I was just helping him out. You know? Gotta help these special
All right.
kids.
Time for class. Son, before you even think about... If you care. If not...
Yeah, whatever that is.
My skills are wasted here.
When I hired you, you could make a real put in your request, but
Gavin Newsom, the governor of California.
Happy Thursday morning, everybody. I'm working today. I'm recording.
I'd like to specify a particular area that deals with Armenia and the voice of Armenia. Do you happen to know, Ms. Lake? I come from the land of William Saroyan, and I assume you know what language the Armenian people of Armenia speak.
I've actually heard it. It's a beautiful language. I can't name it. Can you please tell me?
Yeah, it's Armenia.
Trick question.
The story of Armenian language is, and the voice of Armenia was so that the people of Armenia would understand, who were under the oppression of the Soviet Union, what America stood for and what our values stood for. I'd like to specify.
You are a propaganda machine for the Trump administration. It is an incompetent review that you have completed. Actually, you didn't complete it. It sounds like you never even started it. You didn't interview anybody. You've never run an agency like this. You're a former journalist, apparently, allegedly. Although I don't trust your journalistic integrity when you hold up a single picture of a newsroom at a single moment in time and think that reveals anything. It reveals nothing. It's evidence of nothing. I don't know if they all just went to lunch. Who knows what that's a picture of?
You ever
Your
worked in a
journalistic
newsroom?
integrity, I've been to many newsrooms. Your journalistic integrity is shot. My son has an expression that he taught me years ago. In your own state, through your own elections, you
Were being summarily fired because they didn't want to get in.
Comply. Yes or no? No, you're not getting, you okay? Right here, sir. Were you gonna comply? Yes or no? You are not getting their information, bro. Sir, you are not getting their information. Right now. You are not getting their information. Sir, open the door right now. Here we come. Y'all boys, you break my window? Yes, sir, officer? How you doing, brother? I'm doing good. Stand on here? Huh? You mind if I stand on here? You can do whatever you want, man. So I can hear you better? Yeah, you good? You good? Oh, man, this back. Hey, brother, how you doing? Doing good, man. Agent Bowers with the United States Border Patrol. Okay. I understand the ag guys pulled you over for bypassing... The agriculture. Okay. And they explained to you that you have to stop for those when you're in a big box truck? Yes, they did explain to me. Okay, awesome. And from what I understand, you advised that your passengers do not have IDs. I did not say that. I said I don't know if they do or no or don't. Okay. That's what I said. IDs? Can you roll down the window so we can talk? No, we're good. No, you don't need to talk to nobody in this truck, mister. I already told your friends that you don't need to talk to nobody in this truck. I'm driving. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. But that's it. At this point in time, we do have legal authority to identify the passengers, especially when they're not talking and you're running the show here. Okay, I'm driving, so I thought that whoever drives has authority. So I don't know what else to tell you, my boy. Absolutely, but when Border Patrol's on scene, we absolutely can identify. We're not in Texas or California, no border state. We're right here. We're in a sunshine state of Florida, my boy. Absolutely. So. Yeah, beautiful state, but the people, sometimes they ain't all the good. More border than any other state. Oh, okay, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. and welcome, Attorney General. And I'm sorry I wasn't here for the whole hearing, so it's been addressed, but I think you really are very sensitive to the possibility of foreign agents or foreign influence on our government and making sure that we make sure that doesn't happen.
Yes.
Yes. I want to know if when the president held his dinner for 220 individuals who purchased the most of his meme coins, were there foreign interests attending that dinner?
Senator, we're here to talk about the Department of Justice and my budget for the upcoming year. I would think that you would want to talk about the leader of the Sinaloa cartel who was living in Oregon, one of the top leaders. I would think that that's what you would want to talk about with me. When we captured him, he had $3 million cash in his home.
Attorney General, I know that you avoided the same question on the House side, but what we know is that many folks who attended this dinner were buying those coins because they wanted to influence U.S. policy. We had Mr. Javier Selgas, the head of Freight Technology, Inc., who said, I bought $2 million of these coins. I plan to buy $20 million because I want a favor from the president to change the policy regarding freight from Mexico to the United States. This solicitation of investments in his personal product, his meme coin, led to many people who were coming from foreign countries attending that dinner. Don't you think the American people have a right to know? And you said yourself you're very concerned about foreign influence on our government.
Senator, it is wildly offensive that you would accuse President Trump of not protecting American interests in our country.
I'm back.
Thank you. We'll meet again. Go! You are terminated.
Donald Trump is having a complete meltdown on Thursday morning as now Europe of himself on an orange shirt and then it says Daddy under it. Here's what we're learning about the European.
And in fact, I was the first to describe the B-2 bombers, the refueling, the entire mission with great accuracy. So I take issue with that.
I appreciate you acknowledging that this was
issues.
the most successful mission based on operational security that this department has done since you've been here, and I appreciate that. So
Absolutely.
we're looking at all aspects of intelligence.
I mean, again, just think about the behavior.
The bottom line here.
Life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy.
So, as our editor-in-chief
Okie dokie. Grab a garbage bag. Should we leave this with it? I will leave this with it.
Tell you. If you want a bone, we have. You missing a glove at all? Everyone's good. There's a bag in there of stuff that I want to bring to the new vehicle. In here, there's the radio. It's an umbrella. Okay.
I'd like to think I'm younger than you. Nice now, right?
Mm.